All right, all right, all right, all right. What is happening, everybody? What is happening? It is I, Craig Harris, the black man in the green chair, the Pope of Xbox, here with you all today on this cool but sunny Monday, November 20th, 2017. What is going on to all the people in Australia and the UK? Man, my goodness, Paris, Greenland, Indonesia. I mean, there's people listening in Indonesia, folks. South America, Central America, the Philippines. Got 2 subs from China. China, how they find out about the black man in the green chair? Well, it's because of the subs and the sharing of the videos. But what is happening worldwide, the podcast is truly now an international love zone, okay? That's exactly what the podcast has become. It's gone totally international, okay? We started small. We've gotten to a good medium size. So a big shout out to all the subs that have been here. And hopefully everybody's enjoying this Monday. Everybody had a good weekend. I had to work yesterday. It sucked, but because I worked yesterday, I was able to have the whole week off. I don't have to work again until Saturday. So I've got a nice long week off. Going to eat a bunch of turkey and cheese sandwiches. Just going to eat a bunch of stuff, period. Got my sister Schubert rolls ready to go. Got the cinnamon buns ready to go. Ready. Gonna eat. It's gonna get gobbled up. You know, I'm gonna gobble it all up myself. So, but glad everybody is here. Glad to see everybody that was able to make it here. This is kind of impromptu. Do a podcast this week because it's a holiday, but it's Monday and some news did come out. I told you all that some stuff broke, especially about the Justice League and stuff like that. So we definitely got to talk about that. PSX 2017. So some more information has come out about that. That's in a couple of weeks now, 2 or 3 weeks from now. So a big shout out to everybody. A big shout out to Supersonic Wolf. Over there in the UK, Boxy Games over in the UK. Sorry, I was not able to do the podcast yesterday. I was working. So yeah, we'll check that out. Hopefully that'll work itself on out. I can get back on there next weekend. Shout out to J-Dub City. Check your PayPal, J-Dub. Let me know if that went through, if you can, going on up over there. First time I've done that. So, yeah, I'm live at 5 with a little bit more. Yeah, I like that. The little bit more podcast. Here we go. So let me tell you all about the T-shirts very quickly. I have been talking to a couple of people. I'm waiting to hear back from one more person. So yes, I'm still going to do the T-shirts. And again, the T-shirts are for the Patreon donors that have donated. I think I can get them out to you if they've donated a minimum of like $7 to $10. So anybody who has donated that gets a free T-shirt. I just need to know your addresses and hit me up. Direct message me. Don't leave it here in the comment section. Direct message me your information. I'll get you a T-shirt, and I'll let you all know when that actually goes live. But hopefully everybody had a good, safe weekend. Big shout out to Titanfall Princess. Had a good podcast over there with her and Mr. Coleon and the rest of those guys. Rambo's Corner. Great podcast on that Friday night. You all go check that out. It's a fun time. Shout out to Porter Rock 77. He dropped some more content over the whole EA debacle with Star Wars Battlefront 2, which I'll do a review on that. As a matter of fact, I'll start with that review right now. I'm towards the end of it, and I'm not going to spoil anything. I will simply say, as a Star Wars fan, this game really did a really good job. And I'm playing it on the PlayStation. This game did a really good job of transporting me into the Star Wars galaxy. It wasn't just me running around shooting stormtroopers or shooting rebels, whatever, shooting down stuff. It felt like I was in the Star Wars universe. You could clearly see after the second Death Star was destroyed on Endor, which you see during the previews. There's no spoiler that the Rebellion destroyed the Empire's second weapon. That the Empire was still very mechanized, and there were still things, and how they're kind of on the run. The Empire's on the run after that second Death Star gets destroyed. You kind of get that sense. But again, shout out to the developers. They really did their Star Wars homework. So let everybody, they did their Star Wars homework. But moving on from that, what happened with Star Wars Battlefront 2? And a shout out to Yang Ye, because he confirmed a lot of the stuff I had told you guys, is that Walt Disney, they really leaned hard on EA to pull this microtransaction stuff. And because of that, there's other games that are not going to have microtransactions. Now, I don't mind microtransactions as long as it goes to advance the game. Like DLC that adds another not a map, but like Witcher, it added the Mirror Master DLC. It added the other big DLC that they had, Blood and Wine. So it's okay. That's cool. Thank you, there, Spartan God. Appreciate it. What's up, OBJ? So OBJ back in the house. Glad to have you up, buddy. But damn, well, I lost my train of thought. But anyway, back to all right, Star Wars Battlefront. So it wasn't the gamers that really got this turned around as much as it was the Star Wars community that was hammering. Let me make no mistake. I mean, look, I reached out to everybody that I knew at over there. So let me tell you all. So I can go ahead. He's told me I can go ahead and tell you who this is. If you all want to know, let me tell you all why I knew that Star Wars Battlefront 2 wasn't going to be native 4K on Xbox. I already knew that. I literally let these front row riders walk into a trap, kind of like the Emperor did in Return of the Jedi. It's a trap, So, a friend of mine from this city that I live in works for Lucas Arts. Okay, he, if you watch the original Star Wars movie, Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, when the pod race that Anakin Skywalker was in when he was a kid, that pod race, I know the guy that put that together, that put that sequence in a special effects mode. Not wrote it, not drew down. He actually sequenced those events CGI wise. So when he went down to, when my friend Jock went down to the big event, Star Wars Celebration, EA Games was down at Celebration, okay? This is not me trying to pull a 1080p 60 Ubisoft moment. EA was at Celebration. You all can go check these videos. This is where they first showed people Star Wars Battlefront 2. They showed them on the third day they were there. So, of course, Celebration was more about Carrie Fisher, and all that kind of stuff. John Williams came out, did a beautiful dedication of Star Wars music to her. Very nice. I mean, drew tears out of the crowd. I went to Celebration 3.5 years ago where we first saw the trailer for the Force Awakens and took a picture of it, and the picture is called Grown Men Crying. Yeah, 2 decades ago. Yeah, it was a long time ago. So a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So Jock asked him down there, what game, or I'm sorry, what did you show that on? He said, was that on PC? It looks real good. They said, no, it's on the PlayStation, the Pro. And the guy said their final build on the Pro was going to be anywhere from 1200 to 1440p because they wanted to be able to maintain 60 frames per second. They didn't know if the Pro could maintain it stable at 1440p without some type of dynamic res. And so, again, they were more, EA, the company was targeting more 60 frames per second, which they were able to hit. So he also said the Xbox X, they had just gotten their hands on that dev kit, but they had already tried to run the game at 4K native, and it could do like 4K, but it was doing like 6 frames per second. And then I think at the last build, they got to 4K native. He said the Xbox X got to about it got to like 13 to 16 frames per second. So So they dropped it. They made it dynamic, which I knew they were going to, and I'll get more into that as we go. But that's how I knew that Star Wars Battlefront wasn't going. And this is how I get my Star Wars information. Now remember, I'm going to get my information out of the movie sector before I go to the video game sector, because you guys are crossing paths now. The people coming out of the movie sector and the comic book sector, they've got more information than the cats in the gaming section. Okay? Because the games are the characters are being put into the games, not vice versa. You know, Luke Skywalker is a movie character. He's not a character that was thought up by somebody making a video game. Okay, so those cats will always get information first, and they will get it a lot more accurately. And then you have to take what they're giving you to start. They will give you the information you need, but they're not going to give it to you point blank. You're not going to be able to go to Yahoo or Bing. I'd rather you use Bing, because I'm the Pope of Xbox, and that is a Microsoft search engine. So you're not going to be able to Bing the information. You're just going to have to infer. You know, just like, all right, so let's get into the Justice League, okay? Justice League's a flop. I don't know why you all didn't go see the movie, but it's a flop, okay? It's going to become a caricature of a flop, okay? So I recommend you go see it. Just go see a matinee of it. Why did I know Justice League was going to flop? Okay, this is how we source our information. Did you know that Zack Snyder's daughter passed away? God rest her soul. So he left the project before it was finished filming. So they brought in Joss Whedon, yes, the same Joss Whedon that did the Avengers, and he did Firefly, he did stuff. I think he was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I think he produced that or wrote that, something like that. So he comes in and he has to reshoot 60% of the movie. Okay, with the information I just gave you there, you should be able to infer the movie's going to be garbage. I mean, hot trash. I mean, you can't have two directors with two different ways of telling stories directing the same movie and it not be discombobulated. So it's a cash grab. If you want to go see if you want to go see Wonder Woman and Batman and Superman and Mal spoiler there, but you know he's part of the Justice League, Aquaman, if you want to see them all on the screen at the same time, this is your time to go see it. I'm just recommending what's up, the finest? I'm just recommending that you go see them on the matinee, go on the cheap. You know what I'm saying? You know, go on the cheap. So that saves you money, and you'll definitely be happy when you walk out of that theater like, God damn, that was bad, you know. So, all right, so, but it flopped. It made $96 million. Now, this is a movie that's got Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and The Flash. It made less money than a Thor movie. That's bad, guys. I mean, and Thor just came out like 3 weeks ago. So it made less money on that weekend. And I think the actuals come out in a few hours, the actual hard figure. Right now, that figure is at 96 million, and I'll go with 96 million. So, so it's bad. I mean, but I'm trying to get you guys to go see it, you know. And so it's so but we'll move on here. We'll move on. So let's move on to PSX. So it's been confirmed PSX 80 studios, okay, will be at PSX. And what else happened today? Another game. Oh, Valkyrie. Let me drop this real quick. Valkyrie for Sega is going to come out in February or March. It will be on both the Xbox X and the PlayStation. Okay, this is part of that deal when Phil Spencer went over and talked to Sega. This is one of the games he was able to get for Xbox. If not, this game was just going to be on the Xbox, okay, or on the on the PlayStation. So Phil Spencer, again, he's trying to get JRPGs. Okay, so give him credit. They're getting a JRPG. It's now I don't know if it's going to sell. I have no idea. Don't ask me. It will be available for the Xbox people to go buy it. So let's see if they prove what if they, let's see if they go support, okay? Because you know, this is the amazing thing. Again, they never, it's the fact is that they wanted the same stuff that you guys had in the PlayStation community. They just didn't want to have to go buy the PlayStation. Okay, that's just the reality of this situation. So yeah, I saw where PlayStation was #1 on Amazon. I don't know what that means. So let's see here. So yeah, I did see that. So what's up, Sick Humor? I didn't see you in there, brother. So me and Sick Humor, I tell you what, man, I may have to take back what I said on Twitter, because I did see I've heard well, I mean, I'll get into it now. So we're gonna go into this aggregate of the Xbox X and Pro, and what the aggregate is of these games, of these, remember, of these multi-plat games that are supposed to look and run significantly better on Xbox X. So let's look at the aggregate. Let's see. Let me go to my information superhighway here. What the hell is this? All right, here we go. All right. So first game up the bat. Let's just start it out here. Shadow of War. Okay. There's not a doubt that Shadow of War looks better on the Xbox X. I mean, it looks significant. That will go into the significant category. So that's a multiplat. I think we can all agree that Shadow of War is a multiplat. So we'll put that down as one that's in the significant. Okay, everybody remember that. Another multiplat game, Wolfenstein 2. Wolfenstein 2. All right. Wolfenstein 2 is going to fall in another part of our aggregate. It's going to fall into the little bit mo. So we're just going to put that in the LB, okay? Or we'll put it in the LBM, okay? So we have significantly and a little bit mo. Now, why do I say a little bit mo? Because according to Digital Foundry, NX Gamer, and a multitude of sites that have done the testing, it does look a little bit better on the Xbox X. Now, it doesn't look a whole lot better. It doesn't look significantly better. Okay, so we've got one game, Shadow of War, so far that significantly looks better than the Xbox, on Xbox. It just does. I mean, that's a reality of the situation. But Wolfenstein falls under a little bit more. Now, I'm not here to say it doesn't look it doesn't. I'm not here to say how much better it looks. It looks a little more better. Not that much better. So these cats, again, I'm talking about the people, because again, most of the people who are having Xbox, they didn't care what the games looked and ran like. There were certain podcasts where these front row riders were saying this, you know. So I call them a bunch of coons, but I got to clean it up and call them front row riders, you know. So, but so here we go. So we got one Shadow of War, one for Wolfenstein, which is under a little bit more. So let's move to another multi-plat game. We're just talking multi-plats now. I'm not talking about first-party games and whatever. Okay. So what's another multi-plat here? What I got written down here. Okay. Diablo 3. Okay. And what I tried to do is Diablo 3 is the furthest back I'm going, because Diablo 3 came out, what, a year or two ago? Now that's going to fall. You heard Digital Foundry. I did a video on that. You heard Digital Foundry saying that it doesn't look that much better. You've got more frame rate drops on the Xbox X, and you had more pixelation dropping on Xbox X. That's just the reality. Now, again, overall, when the game was standing still and there wasn't a whole lot going on, it looked better on the X. It did. Okay, that's a reality. So, but it didn't look that much better. So it's doing a little bit more. Okay, so it's doing a little bit more. So that's going to be 2-1 right now. All right, and that's as furthest back as I'm going, because I'm only going to look at the games that came out this year. Okay, so now let's move to Call of Duty World War II, and you're going to start seeing the aggregate, what it's going to start to look like. Call of Duty World War II is a multi-plat game. Came out, I guess, a couple weeks ago. It's selling way better on the PlayStation, okay? But that's not why we're here. We're not talking sales. So we're talking about what it looks like. Now, we pulled the Digital Foundry here at Craig's Corner. We pulled the Digital Foundry article, and they said, quote, no significant difference. No, I'm sorry, they didn't say, they said no dramatic difference. So So that's that. Okay, that's what Digital Foundry said. Now, NX Gamer said the exact same thing. So you got two different independent sources verifying a little bit more. Okay, so that's going to go to a little bit more. All right. Now, where else can we go? Multi-plat games only this year. Assassin's Creed Origins. Okay, Assassin's Creed Origins came out at the end of October, I believe. So came out. It starts selling, whatever. Okay, fine. All right. Let's see here. Assassin's Creed, according to Digital Foundry and NX Gamer, there's no significant difference. This is according to these guys, okay, not to me. I'm just going by what they said. So, what is HW2? So, we're at our fifth multi-plat, right? Okay, we're at our fifth multi-plat game, and it's according to independent verification by the professional websites. I'm taking the fanboy hat off here. Okay, according to these people, it looked a little bit better. Okay, it didn't look that much better. It had better draw distances and things like that. And we have to assume if you have Dolby Atmos hooked up, it's going to sound a little bit better. Dolby Atmos does sound a little bit better than 7.1, and nothing wrong with 7.1 at all. Do not put words in my mouth. I have 7.1. The mids and the highs are better in 7.1. The lows, I'm talking about that low rumble that you get, that sounds way better in Dolby. So this is going to fall under a little bit more, okay? So, I mean, because and again, the last time, and all these games I've named so far are dynamic resolution, okay? Dynamic resolution, all right? So nothing has been native. Remember, these front row riders told you everything's going to be 4K native and it's going to look significantly better. And it's not. We're in an aggregate where it's 4-to-1. So what other multi-plats can anybody name that got compared that looked a whole lot better on the Xbox? If you want to say Star Wars Battlefront 2, I'm going to simply tell you that I've played both versions of Star Wars Battlefront 2. What's up, 901? And I can't. It's 1440p on the PlayStation, okay? And it's 1200 to 1440p, which is exactly what EA went for. And then it goes down, and then the Xbox is 2160p, which is true 4K according to Xbox, but it drops down to under 1750 at some points. Now, I'm not knocking it. That's just a reality. Frame rate drops happen more often on the Xbox as well. So it's become redundant. Well, yeah. Well, Disinfect Anime, you're probably right. But now that it's out in the open, now that we have the information, now that we can prove a little bit more, I don't disagree with you, brother. I'm in your camp, but I'm just looking at the aggregate because I'm creating an aggregate. So Star Wars Battlefront 2, anybody have any opinions on that? Are we looking at something that is significant, or are we looking at a little bit more? Okay, and this is down because I've seen them both. Okay, I have seen them both. So, but it falls under a little bit more. So I'm not here. But let's just, for argument's sake, let's just say for argument's sake, that's kind of a push. So right now you're at 6 of the multi-plats that have come out this year, except for one. The only one that looks significantly better is Shadow of War. So a little bit more from 901. Now, have you played it? Now, I can tell you on PC, it does look significantly better than everything. You see a significant difference, okay? So 901 says a little bit more. So Sick Humor, are you still sticking with a little bit more? It's significant with a sniper scope, okay? Halo Wars 1 is actually free if you have games with gold. So Well, Ryan, we're not letting them move the goalposts anymore. That's one thing that's happening right now. So yeah, it does look significantly better on PC, but we're trying to. I'm doing an aggregate here, and right now the only game in that aggregate that stands out is Shadow of War. All right, that's just the reality, folks. And we're going. I'm not going by. I'm going by what Digital Foundry and NX Gamer and all them said. So so I'm just asking. So it's can't admit Xbox can't. It doesn't matter. 809. It doesn't matter what Halo Storm won't admit. Okay, everybody knows this Xbox can't touch Sony about the game, so it doesn't matter what he thinks. So I mean, again, people are entitled to their opinions. All right, they're not entitled to their own facts. He can have his opinion, but I mean, here are the facts. So water isn't wet. Yeah. So yeah, so we're at what so we're looking at an aggregate of a little bit more winning out. So I mean, again, so disaffect enemy is correct in a sense that everybody knows that there's no significant difference here. It does a little bit more. So except Shadow Wars is now a year or two from now. Who knows? We'll get there when we get there. So yeah, you're right there, Mr. Scott. If the fact, all right, look, if you have to look at something side by side and you're still having trouble telling the difference, that means there's not a significant difference. Okay, that's a reality of the situation. If you go see Justice League in IMAX, it will look different, significantly different than if you go see it in a regular theater. That's a reality. But if you go see it in back-to-back theaters and do the same thing, it's not going to be that. $500 your ass, I know. It's quite clear it's a little bit more. And that's just, we're celebrating a little bit more. Because I told people it's going to do a little bit more. And that's exactly what it's doing. Now I had people trying to tell me, and I'll give Psycho Gamer credit. Psycho Gamer, I give him credit because he at least tries to give you a historical context. But where's Widowmaker at? Widowmaker swore up and down this machine was the second coming, the games were going to look and run a whole lot better, and I have not seen him around anyway. So, Xbox X is selling because it's available. Yeah, it is. It's doing okay. It's not sold out. So what's going on there, Mr. Francis? A little bit more and a little bit less. Well, here's my whole point. If you've only been in the Xbox ecosystem, it's a significant jump. So, I beat Life is Strange, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Damn good game. Damn good game. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out can anybody else offer? I'm talking about anybody in the Xbox community offer something more than Shadow of War that's significantly looks better. I mean, I'm asking, all right? Before we move it on, before we move on to greener pastures and all that kind of stuff, because we're about ready to turn the page on this one. So I need to know who out there in the Xbox community can go ahead and 810p last week. Yeah, I did rag on it because again, Halo Storm. What about 810p was not reality? Okay, that was from Digital Foundry. Again, you're entitled to your opinion, Halo Storm, and not to your own facts. All right. Fact is, Wolfenstein is running at 810p on the Xbox One S, and it was running at 1080p on the PlayStation 4. So that's a reality. Again, it's it's the reason you lose debates all the time, Halo Storm, is because you are in an emotional state and you don't deal in factual reality. Okay, so you lose debates because the debates are always decided on facts, not your opinion. Again, you have a right to your opinion. I'm not going to knock what anybody's opinion is, but you don't have a right to your own facts. So I complained about 810p because nobody was talking about it. That's why, and it was a news story, and I told the news story. So again, that's just a reality. And again, what proof can you offer, Halo Storm, that Wolfenstein 2 on the Xbox One S isn't running 810p. I mean, you're more than welcome to go ahead and direct message me that, okay? But you know, this is how you handle Halo Storm and people like him. He can either give you a factual response, or he can just dwell in his own emotional regurgitation of BS. You know, which is his opinion. And all you on that chat, and myself included, have a right to our opinions. Okay, let me make that clear, but not a right to our own facts. So you tell me, what about Wolfenstein 2 isn't 810p? Okay, you tell me. All right, floor is yours. Stop making emotional arguments, and you tell me why it's not 810p. So, yeah, you're right, Sick Humor. Yeah, see, I think what happened to them, though, Sick Humor, is that a lot of them, again, I can't say a lot of them, 5% of them didn't understand how much better checkerboard rendering was. It wasn't really in play last gen. Okay, there was some dynamic resolutions, but there weren't a whole lot of checkerboard resolutions. So, I mean, I think it's amazing that when Digital Foundry did their breakdown of checkerboard rendering in native 4K like a year ago, they said it's not a huge difference when you're sitting back from the television set. But what you guys got to realize is that because the Xbox community as a whole did not have access to that kind of technology, they tried to use it as a slam card. I called it, I mean, again, the PlayStation community, nor the Nintendo community, nor the PC community called checkerboard rendering. They weren't running around calling it fake 4K. That was the Xbox guys. But understand, due to critical thinking, like I taught you guys, the reason why they were trying to use it as a slam card is because they didn't have access to it. Okay, they didn't have access to it. So as soon as they got access to it, now it's okay. Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's easy. That's why we can start turning the page, because see, now they have access to the same technology. And again, they wanted the technology, but they did not want to have to go out and buy a PlayStation to do it, to get it. Okay, they wanted games like Horizon Zero Dawn, Persona 5. They wanted games like that, Nier Automata. They wanted games like that on the Xbox, but they don't want to have to buy a PlayStation to get them. That's the truth, okay? That's truth, okay? That's speaking truth to power, so to speak. So, yeah, I agree with the Almighty Spartan God. And you see, you don't see them talking about that anymore, do you? And the reason why they're not talking about it is because they now have access to it. Because they have access to it, they can't use it as a slam card, okay? And they now look stupid. Because I'm telling you, there's people sitting on stuff waiting for these guys to jump up to get beat down. There's screenshots of them saying things, and as soon as it does, if they thought what happened to what Bond did, I guess during the summer, to if they thought what Bond did with his video on Dealer Gamer was crazy, they got some stuff lined up that's going to turn them white. So, and it's just going to happen to them, or they can play their games. I mean, you know, so yeah, Neo, yeah. So again, Halo Storm, that's fine. If you don't care about any of the games, that's your opinion. That's fine. You don't care about them. So there's plenty of people that did, though, and they were complaining because they didn't have access to them. So it was, and again, because they didn't have access to them, what did what did the 5% say? They called it, quote, Jap crap. We don't want that Jap crap on this system. They can have it. Realistically, they want those games, okay? They want access to those games too, okay? They just thought Xbox would have access to it because that was the leading platform last generation. It no longer is. It's never going to be again. So, so, yeah, well, beating up on somebody by asking them to give evidence of something contrary is not beating up on them. It's asking them to present a fact instead of their emotional opinions. So, And remember remember what Gamers United said when I interviewed him here. He said, quote, the people in the Xbox community wanted those games. They just thought those games would come to the Xbox. So, and they don't want to have to buy a PlayStation to play the games. That's a reality, okay? So, the reason why, Andre Scott, is because they don't understand the way your brain processes information and puts it in front of you. That's the truth. You get a diminished return the more resolution you have. The cool thing about seeing things is being able to discern it. So, no, I saw it though, Ian. I saw that he loaded up a video. So, I mean, Halo Storm, yes, you can see the difference if you've only had an Xbox. I mean, this is what people have tried to tell you guys. If you've only had an Xbox, you can see a clear difference. Okay, I'm not here to say that you can't. Okay, because I can, with the game. And I played Halo. I played Halo 5 on both the Xbox S and X, and you can see a difference. Okay, I don't know about Gears, and I've not loaded up Forza 7 yet. So, but I mean, I'm pretty sure those games. And again, I expect the first-party games to look significantly different. Okay, so but that's kind of what we were telling you guys. This is more or less about, this is kind of a come to Jesus moment, because you had a group of people, again, a minority of Xbox people, let's make it clear, because we're not going to smudge the 95% that are just playing their games. This is more about the 5% that now look stupid. I mean, they look so stupid that, and you can tell that there's a change going on, because there's not as many people watching their podcasts. There's nothing for them to argue about because the system is what it is. So, yes, you're right, Spartan God. There is a huge difference in the S and the X. No doubt. No doubt. Okay? I'm not here to, and you're right. So, yes, it is. Yes, Sick Humor's right. You guys got to really understand that if you bought a PlayStation Pro and you had a 4K TV and you had HDR, we've already seen this, okay? We've seen it, but shout out to J-Dub, because he made a good point in the roll call when he said these guys have looked at crappy textures for the past 3.5 years, so you got to give them a break. So, and that's what I've been doing. That's why I'm here. I have had podcasts asking the Xbox people to come on, and don't be scared, okay? Because you all love talking shit in the chats. Where's Sergeant O'Rider? Where are these guys at? Okay, where are they at? It's like, yeah, you're not talking anymore, are you? So again, it does a little bit more, and it should. It's coming out a year later, and it's more expensive. So I would expect it to do a little bit more. Okay, if you go to buy a lawnmower and it comes out, I don't know, if I bought an El Toro lawnmower, okay, and I bought it in 2015, I would expect the El Toro lawnmower in 2018 to do a little bit more. Okay, I don't care if it means if it gets better gas. I don't have to, however you want to put it. I expect it to be lighter. I expect it to be able to handle more on the back end of it. That's reality, folks. That's how things advance. All right. So, well, again, Ryan, it's not. Okay. One of the games he's talking about, Shadow of War, it does look like soup. I mean, when you're running around on the Pro, it does look like soup. So, and it looks significantly better on the Xbox X. But that's the only game, which means that's outside the aggregate. The aggregate's telling you a little bit more. So you can either go with the majority, or you can listen to it's the 5%ers who are in the minority, like Halo Storm. Wow, he is concentrating on the other minority number, which is one game. Do you see the collation? This is why I said that you guys use some critical thinking, okay? So just do what I just did. Halo Storm is in the 5%. He is quoting a 1%. He's quoting one game out of like 8 games. So, he's a minority of a minority, which means he doesn't really matter. So he has a right to his opinion. It is a factual. He is being factually honest when he says that it does look better, but that is one game out of how many? Okay, that's not a significant amount. All right, so we're looking for a significant amount. So yes, they can enjoy their soup and crackers. That's right. And I put hot sauce on all my soup. So when I can buy an X1X that looks significantly better for 500, that doesn't make any sense. So explain why Shadow of War sold more on play. I don't know why. Yeah. I mean, and remember, Spartan God, that's going to be the nuclear bomb next month. That's when I end it all for these front row riders, okay? I think it's amazing that all these multi-plat games. All right, let's go back. Let's rewind. Zip, 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 zip. Remember when Psycho Gamer said on this podcast, what? The games, the only reason why, the reason why the game that the Pro, okay, let me go back. The reason why the PlayStation outsold the Xbox One was because the multi-plats looked and they ran better. Okay. That's what he said. As of November 7th, that changed. That's a fact, even though it's a little bit more. All right. So it's changed. All these games right now, the early numbers, and it's early. Let's make it clear. It's early. All right. And they have forever to sell. So, but the early returns is that these multi-plat games are selling a lot better on the PlayStation. Shout out to Sick Humor. Sick, can you put those numbers up you put up for LA Noir that you put up on Twitter? Check these numbers out, guys. If you can, I don't know if you can remember them, but it was scary. It was scary. And these are the new numbers, not the numbers from the 360 and the PS3. So this is what the Nintendo added. So Sick, if you can remember that, brother, see if you can put those in there. And then you see these numbers, and it's crazy. And these are factual numbers. So, and again, everybody's the right to their opinion. Let's just get that out of the way. I got my opinion. Like I told you, Justice League to me was garbage, trash. But if you walk in that theater, you sit down and you love it, that's fine too. So, now, Chris, you got to put some numbers behind that. I'm sorry. I mean, I know Gears underperformed, but I did not think Last Guardian performed better. I did not know that, but it's early. Well, PSVR is $200, guys. Now, that's without the camera. That is without the camera. Let me make that clear. So you're going to have to go out. I don't know how much the camera costs. But yeah, I heard the VR was selling well this year. So we'll have to wait and see. Those numbers will come out in 4 weeks. Okay, we'll get an MPD in 4 weeks. So we're going to see who is exactly selling what. The VR is selling well. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So look at these numbers. Shout out to Sick Humor. So LA Noir sold 51% of its units on the PS4. Says now I didn't sell that well. It didn't sell that well. So I would love to see the actual numbers are. It sold 28% on the Xbox and 20% on the Switch. So yeah, guys, that's let's add those numbers up. So let's see here. You got 28 plus 20 plus 51. That's 99%, guys. So that's not good, man. That is not good. I mean, that's a multi-plat game, and the Xbox One X is more powerful. And based on these front row riders, the games are supposed to look and run. Their games should be selling way better. Okay, on that system, because that's the only reason why they bought them on the PlayStation. So again, they're going to get nailed to the wall. I can tell you that right now. So. So yeah, well, I mean, I think the build on the PlayStation and the Xbox X there, 809, is pretty much the same. So they don't come with a snorkel. No, yeah. And I think the patient, it may have a demo of the inpatient or the patient on there. So I'll check Xbox in 2 years. Remember them words. Okay. Well, that's fine. I mean, in 2 years, you should be able to get an Xbox X for like $300. So, and that's how much it's worth. It's just, guys, look, I played Mass Effect. Mass Effect is 10 years old, respectively, okay? So I can understand why somebody would want to play older games, because I play older games. But damn, to base an entire ecosystem on that is nuts. There's nothing exclusive for it yet. So I did see his 6 video on Digital Foundry. That was crazy. That's crazy. If you all who don't know, Digital Foundry did a video sponsored by Microsoft about HDR games. So, I mean, you all can watch the video yourself. So, but a lot of people, which I looked at what they were doing as just tech analysis anyway, but all these people using them in this fictional fanboy console lore, they look stupid now because it looks like those guys have been bought off. I mean, you know, so shout out to Sick Humor, because Sick was saying last week in the podcast that he even thinks that Microsoft is giving them money to not say anything bad. You know, he's like he said, they're having to go out of their way to try to make it sound like things look significant. So if you don't take these over-top movies like Justice League, you would enjoy it. Nah, fam, it ain't even about that. Let me tell you this right now. All right, it was Jason Momoa who signed an autograph at Comic-Con 2 years ago. He signed a autograph that said "Fuck Marvel," and it was Zack Snyder who called Ant-Man Flavor of the Week. So when you do stuff like that, you better make sure you're part of a property that can outperform them. And right now, they look like garbage. All right, then what I told you, you can go look up yourself. You can Google that, and it will tell you that. Okay, so yeah, and also it was Warner Brothers that put Superman and Batman. They put Batman in a physical world, and when you do that against Superman, there's nothing greater. Batman can't beat Superman. It can't happen. It can't happen. Okay, so. Yeah, I saw where I saw that OBJ. I saw that. So yeah, and I saw where PUBG's developer said something about he didn't think it deserved Game of the Year or something like that. So, you know, I have to wait and see. I mean, it's what, sold like 20 million copies or millions of. Oh yeah, Mr. Francis, if you thought it was good, that's all that matters. I don't, you know, it's not my money. So Neo should take PUBG's place. I think Neo was up for some type of art award. So, but I mean, to me, if you're going to include PUBG, you can include Star Citizen. You know, where's Star Citizen at? So yeah, and no, I'm not knocking the X because they keep saying that the other game, and I've not heard from anybody that's got a 1080p TV that says the games look really, really better on there. So I'm not saying that they don't, but there's not enough people coming out saying that I've got it hooked up to a 1080p TV and the games really do look good. So, you know, and you know that. So I need to find Xbox guys that are willing to come on the podcast and talk to you all about that, because a lot of people don't have 4K TVs. They don't. All right. So, and most of us don't. So, you know. Yeah. Yeah, Neo. Yeah, I heard Neo was good. I haven't played it yet. So I have not played Neo yet. So I gotta beat Hellblade. I may finish live streaming Hellblade or playing Hellblade tonight. So Yeah, I think Persona 5, that's the game of the year, but it won't win. It's too niche. The super sampling is cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I gotta try to find some Xbox guys with 1080. See, the thing is that it's hard to find the guys that just still have 1080p TVs that will admit it. I mean, I'm not trying to embarrass nobody. If it looks better, then that's fine. That's what we want to find out. Okay, it's easy for Microsoft to say the games are going to look better on a 1080p TV, but I don't know that. So I need to talk to somebody that has it hooked up to a 1080p TV. With all the bells and whistles. So and again, if you want my TV, it is a Samsung 40-inch, has HDR, it has all the bells and whistles. It does not have Dolby Atmos on it. Let me make that clear. I bought it last year out of box for less than $200 because I am that good of a shopper. So that's just the way I roll. And then you all have seen me live stream games. When I live stream, we have to turn off the HDR because it doesn't look that good. So when you live stream, and people are still saying how good the TV looks. So the picture. Try it myself. There's nothing wrong with and again, Uncharted 4, look real good in 1080p. Yeah, I'm not knocking anybody with 1080p. Well, you're right there, Game 62, but I don't have a 1080p TV. I am looking to get one. Okay? I mean, I prefer we get another 4K TV, but it looks like she wants just a regular 1080p TV, and if she ain't happy, ain't nobody gonna be happy. So looks like that's what we're leaning towards. So which is fine. I don't care. So I can definitely hook the movies and stuff look the same on that too. So yeah, I agree with that, Sick Humor. Yeah, the first people that needed to convert were the people who already had the Xbox S. There were people that took pictures on Twitter of the Xbox X or the Xbox One S that had returned the Xbox X. Like, damn. Yeah, Horizon. Yeah, but again, 809. Remember, Horizon is built ground up for the PlayStation, and it's a first-party game, and it should look great. Okay. Always remember the first-party games should look great. Okay, that should be expected. But you're right, it does look good. So yeah, I ain't getting too kiddie if the graphics don't look pretty. Well, again, I'm not a big. If I want, that's why I'm getting the PC thing done, guys. That's one of the byproducts is that I can set the graphics to whatever I want it to be. Huh? You don't think Xbox fans are doing it? Well, there's no way to know if you're playing with somebody who has an X or an S. There's no mark that they've put up on the screen. Doesn't mean Microsoft won't do that eventually. But as of right now, they're not doing that. So it's just a reality. So yeah, now I don't have a problem with Crackdown 3 looks like, and I didn't have a problem with Quantum Break. The problem with Quantum Break was that again, you had a bunch of fanboys saying, "Here comes Quantum Break. It's going to be the Uncharted killer," and instead of just letting Quantum Break come out and be what it is, with people that I know, they've enjoyed the game, and some people didn't like it, but overall, most people did like it. It's just unfortunate that they did not buy it enough to get that one to get a sequel. So, yeah, I think the fans, you're right there, Spartan Guy. I have no idea why they were blaming Sony. Shout out to one named Shadow for subbing to me. Appreciate it, brother. So I'm telling you, there's a lot of Xbox people subbing, and I think it's because they're tired of those front row riders. But I didn't see Fox. Was Fox's video today real good? I mean, I saw the title of it, and I'm gonna watch it here shortly. So, but what the people who have Star Wars Battlefront 2, what do you all think about it? And then if anybody wants to play later on, I mean, later on to me, it's like between 3 and 6. Anybody wants to go online and play it, hit me up on the PlayStation because I will be busy later this evening. I may go ahead and recalculate that Mass Effect. So, yeah, hit the like button, people. 30 of you all up in here. Hit my like button. Hit the unlike button. Hit something. That's easy. It's easy to be greasy. Go down there and hit the button. Give me the thumbs up. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a very good point, Spartan God. Yeah, I want to play Crackdown 3 too. I just, I want to see the power of the cloud and all this stuff. So I just want to see what it was like. So you thought it could have, yeah, you thought it was mediocre. That's cool. But let me ask you this, Savage. Do you think if people hadn't been saying, here comes the Uncharted killer, stuff like that, do you think the game would have been better received? Or you just think overall it was garbage? Just asking. Order PS4 Skyrim bundle to go along with PS4. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, you all got some cash to spend. Yeah, I figured that game would be cool in VR because of the it's got dragons on it. So, what's up, Stephen King? Everybody's buying that game in VR. Alan Wake 2, you were disappointed? Yeah, I did like Alan Wake. That was different. So, who gave a thumbs down? I don't know. Just like and share the video, guys. I'm serious. So responded with an H3 wait a minute sticker. Responded, oh, okay. What do you all expect for PSX? Are you all just going to kick back and watch? I mean, that's what I'm going to do. I really try to stay out of prediction games. I would like to see a Siphon filter and or a SOCOM. But that stuff comes back, man, oh, man. Oh, yeah, that cool. See, I've never used Amazon before because I don't like clicking a button to get something and then I don't have it in my hand. But I'm not get off my lawn guy. Get off my lawn. So I understand there's a generation, you guys are used to shopping by clicking and then it get to your house in whatever, 3 to 7 business days. So. Oh yeah, the first Dragon Attack. Yeah, I heard it's a good VR build, but I've not played it yet. So more bangers, as Ian saying. Yeah. So you like the Pro a little bit more? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, again, the Pro was really good in the sense that it allows you to play HDR and higher resolutions and stuff like that. So, yeah. Hey, how about if they did a Chrono Cross and Chrono Trigger remaster? I would like to see that happen, but Capcom, I think that was a Capcom game. I really like Chrono Cross, so. Well, Legend would be awesome. Yeah, well, let's have to wait and see. It'll be here in a couple days. So. All right, Spartan God, what did Push Square say? Devil May Cry 6. See, I didn't play Devil May Cry after I switched though, okay? I think after Devil May Cry 3, I switched to Xbox. So Andrew, come on. We don't have to call people liars now. You just don't have to remember. Just do the critical thinking. We all know who's telling the truth and who's not. So, you want to call them inconsistent, that's fine. So, you still want a better Killzone game. Yeah, and I liked Killzone. I just didn't I didn't know where to run to. It's like I couldn't find the stuff on the HUD. That was frustrating. So we might get one. Guerrilla Games is supposed to be making a new IP. So, So, and man, let me tell you, this Punisher on Netflix is phenomenal. The first 2 episodes are wow. So body count's like at 20 right now. I got it at. So How come there aren't any boxing games? Because I'll tell you why. Here's the truth about the boxing, okay? Hold on, let me switch my TV to regular. I'll tell you the truth about boxing, okay? Because you all, it has to do with some real life events. I agree. All right, so let's talk about boxing here real fast. This is a true story. Okay, so about 12 years ago, Larry Holmes, the champ, the heavyweight champ, Larry Holmes was asked, why will there ever be another white boxing champion? He was asked by Larry Merchant, and Larry Holmes said no. All right, he said not the way black fighters and Latino fighters are fighting. All right, the white guys aren't going to be able to beat him. So, and when people believe you, so they all move to UFC. So that's why UFC is predominantly a white male-dominated sport. So that's why we have no boxing games, because they're not going to make any, because they can make UFC games and they'll sell. Okay. Now I want a boxing game, you know, but the licensing would be expensive, and they got a low return as well. I mean, Floyd Mayweather said he would do a boxing game, and he wants it to be called Floyd Mayweather Boxing. And all this thing. So, but that's why we don't have any of this G. So, share your links. Direct message them to me, and I will. So, yeah, it's harder. It is harder, but it's the problem is that they're not going to sell. And they know that. Okay. Now, what I just told you is true. It's true. It's not based on anything but the facts. Okay. So they're looking at the demographics and who's going to buy the boxing games. Okay, I'll buy it. Say that right now. I would buy a boxing game. You know, I would buy one over a UFC. Yeah, direct message me on Twitter, because it's hard to go from this screen into screen sharing. So, I mean, not unless Push Square has some kind of major news. Arms is a boxing game. Okay, yeah, I guess it is. But that's why we don't have it. So they'll always make wrestling games, and they'll always make UFC games. Now, UFC is starting to taper off. And the reason why is because Ronda Rousey's been beaten up not once, but twice. And then that McGregor guy, he got his ass whooped by Mayweather. So it's kind of like that the product is taking a hit. So the product is taking a hit. So this is the reality. So we may get a boxing game, but it will be late this generation. So direct message then where, not Twitter. Yeah, direct message is my Twitter. So okay, let's see if I can share this. Whoa. Skyrim VR outsells Switch version. Yeah, this is an early chart. Damn, Battlefront 2 sales. Well, let's see if I can screen share this. Come up. Oh, it will. All right. All right. Well, this is being screen shared. The UK sales charts, Battlefront 2 sales slumped 60%. Wow. Boy, that's not good news. 60% down from the original. Wow. Skyrim VR outsells Switch version. That's actually good news. So VR is selling well. All right. And Skyrim was a popular game. Okay. So here's the UK charts. Well, it's in number 2. That's not bad. I mean, these were strong games, right? FIFA is the most popular game in the world. Oh, shout out to LA Noir. Yeah. Damn, Nintendo. My goodness gracious. 1, 2, 3, 4. The Sims 4 looks interesting. Yeah. Wow. Well, that's something else. That's unfortunate too. I mean, again, I'm having fun on the Star Wars game. So he said, "Arms ain't no damn boxing game." Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that. It's just, yeah, it's unfortunate. So that's all I can say. It's unfortunate. So, but hopefully we get a boxing game. So, I mean, I like the last boxing game. So I wish that was back compact. Well, I mean, yeah, well, come on now. Yeah, I know that, Andrew, but that's just, you got to use critical thinking. That's garbage. You know, and the reason why Quantum Break didn't sell well is because people didn't go buy the damn game. You know, that's, you know, got nothing to do with the Sony people. So, yeah, but you're right. He was saying that. So, but everybody knows that's trash. That's not true. NOT, not true. So, so I mean, you guys got to understand that people are moving away from stuff like that now. As far as, don't get me wrong, the people who are listening to them have got to use some critical thinking and get away from that stuff. So, you know, I mean, it's, you know, to me, it's funny because now we see that what system the games are selling better on. And now that excuse will probably be, well, there's more. Of course, it's sold more on the PlayStation. There's more PlayStations out. Well, according to you all, that shouldn't matter, okay? Because it doesn't look as good on the PlayStation as it does on the X. So, but we'll find out. We're going to find out next month, you know. So, yeah, FIFA always does well. Pokemon, yeah, you knew that was going to sell well. Yeah, wait till the Metroids and the Donkey Kongs and all that hit for that system. That thing's going to be rolling. So yeah, making excuses. Yeah, that's all they can do at this point. So, and all we can do is you can either engage them or you can just shrug your shoulders and keep it moving. So that's your. I've done my part. Okay, I became the Pope of Xbox. I've been preaching nothing but the truth. I've been bringing good, accurate information with guys like Sick Humor and J Dub and bringing Wolf on and bringing Psycho Gamer on. Just, you know, get on other podcasts, preach nothing but the truth. So, and that's it. You know, that's all we can do for you guys. Okay. So who needs PS Plus in the US? I don't know. 1 year in the whoa, where's that at? Is that for sale? A 1 year membership for $39.99? Really? Let's see here. Let's check that out. I mean, if that's real, I mean, if this is a real, I tell you what, that's wow. Wow, 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 wow. So wow. I mean, again, that's actually a good price. I can't knock that. Wow. You know, if that's the real price and you want to play online, wow. You know, that's all I can say. So so we're good looking out on that one. Because see, I don't check Amazon. Because I'm not used to shopping on there. So big shout out to Spartan God on that one. So wow. I do know that the Xbox One S is on sale for $189 and the PlayStation is $199, and that sale started today. Okay, you can go to Walmart and get that, and I think Best Buy will match that. So I think so. I will get PlayStation VR eventually. I got to get other stuff done. So yeah. But now, if everybody wants to help, I do have a PayPal account. If anybody wants to drop any extra coin in there, you know, don't put no coal in there. But yeah, go ahead and I wouldn't mind getting one. So Xbox has slightly higher resolution in rare cases, textures. Yeah, and sick. That's what I'm finding now is that the PlayStation's games are more stable. So it's even when they talked about Final Fantasy 15 on Digital Foundry, the guy said the best looking version is on the is on the Xbox. He clearly said that. He said the more stable version is on the PlayStation. So that's a little bit more. That minuses each out. You have better performance on one, better looking on the other one. That's a wash. Okay, it's a little bit more. Yeah, for 200. Yeah, yeah. And if you have an Xbox X, big shout out to Matt's Gaming. He did a video today to help me out because I don't know where to go look to see if my games are Xbox enhanced. So big shout out to Matt's Gaming. He actually went to the screen and he helped a guy like me. So big shout out to him for doing that. So January, the PC will have its best performance of Final Fantasy. Yeah, a little bit more, a little bit less. Yeah. So put which one in the chat? So, oh, Max's thing. Yeah. Let's see if I can find that. Max's thing. I could. I would have to go find it though. So, which is a pain in the ass because I have to open another window. But let's sub to his channel. He's actually got. It's a good video. It really does hack. Oh, Top Dog. He does know some stuff. Come on now. He knew it. It helped me. I'm sitting up there trying to figure out my Halo, because my Halo game, Halo 5, it looks the damn same to me. Okay. Can't tell it apart. So, but according to the Xbox, it's enhanced. It's enhanced. So if it's enhanced, that's fine. I can't tell the difference. So I'm sure it is though, you know. I don't have super chat yet because you need 1,000 subs to get a super chat, I think. So that's when I looked into it. It may have changed. It may have changed. So I'm getting there though. I may be able to have a super chat next year. So, you know, you have Matt join your chat one day. I'm gonna try to, yeah, but he lives on the other side of the world. He lives in Poland. So yeah, I'm gonna try to one day. I'm inviting. So, do I have any information on the new VR model release date? Are you talking about the one without? Talking about Chris? Yeah, he just prefers the Xbox, which is fine. I got no problem with. Again, 95% of the Xbox community is cool. They're real cool. 5% are idiots. You all have to make a determination on who that 5% is. So, yeah, that's what I was saying. That the VR that's out now it's a good bundle. And I'm telling you, man, see, Porter Rock was right. He said the casual people are looking to spend the least amount of money, get the most bang for the buck, okay? And that's when I go look at TVs. That's what I try to do. Now, like I said, I announced this last week. For all the new people that are subbed to the channel, I live right down the street from Best Buy. Like, it takes me 20 minutes to walk there. So I can get there in 20 minutes by foot, okay? There's two lights, and then if I'm driving. So I'll do some more Best Buy legwork, but they've got a sale on right now where if you want the 6300 Samsung TVs, which I recommend only if you kind of, depending on your budget, that's a lower gambit quality HDR picture. You still get HDR. You can still make your adjustments and get you a good picture. It's a Samsung, but it's 10-bit. It's a 10-bit encryption on there. I recommend, depending on your wallet, that TCL, I don't know if it's a 605 or 607. It's a really good TV to get you into the door. So, Max is in the 95%, actually. He's in the 90. He actually did a video a few weeks ago and had like 40 people unsub because he was giving some news about Nintendo and the PlayStation. So, what up, 901? Now, J-Dub has got the Oculus. I want to try to bring him on to talk VR one show. I just want to have a VR heavy show. I'm also going to do my Black Panther show. That is going to start Wednesday night. That will be a Porch Light podcast with we're going to do some Black Panther stuff. Okay, the movie Black Panther, not the real Black Panthers. So it's the movie Black Panther. Okay, so that's what I'll be doing Wednesday night about 8 o'clock. So yeah, Oculus will be on sale. So everything's on sale now. I can tell you that much. Everything's on sale. So what's going on, Corey? Got to get Corey on here too. There you go. Yeah, Sick. There you Sick's right about that one. Now, Sick, let me ask you, bro, did you get any sleep? So yeah, well, I've been on for an hour, a little over. Right? So be here about another 10, 15 minutes, folks. Anybody got any other questions about that Justice League flopping like a dead fish? So, and the aggregate for the Xbox X versus the Pros a little bit more. So, the PC podcast. Yeah, I'm still putting that together. Matter of fact, I want to do that after Thanksgiving. So that way everybody can get their eat on. And there could be some people that go out and buy PCs on Black Friday. So where is that PC podcast? It'll be next week. I promise you. I promise you guys, it will be next week. So, but we're going to start. I got to have a starting point. So I'm going to start with CPU because that's the brain of the computer. So we'll start with CPU and we'll go from there. So you're off Sunday through Wednesday. Oh, okay. Oh, you got to work Thanksgiving Day? Oh, you are going to buy another Xbox? Cool. Hey, Battlefront on PC looks, oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. So, and is it me? How many? I have Battlefront on the Pro, and it is extremely bright. And I don't know if it's just something I got wrong in settings, or does anybody have any out? So, oh, you're off Thanksgiving. Yeah. See, check this out. I worked yesterday. I worked yesterday, and so I switched with somebody. And because I switched with somebody, I was supposed to work on Wednesday. Well, they're working for me Wednesday. I don't have to be back at work till Saturday. So, so that's looking good in the neighborhood for me. So, do you have any PSX rumors? No rumors. There's 80 studios that are confirmed at PSX. So now and a lot of that stuff is going to be playable on the floor. J-Dub, I think he is supposed to go out there. So I think he's going out there. So hopefully he can get maybe 30 minutes to make a call in and do a quick podcast on what he saw out there. So that's it. So Ultra 4K, 4K 60. Wow. Yeah, see, I can't afford a 1080 Ti. So yeah. But we got to do the PC podcast, and it's got to be for people who want to game for, I don't know, less than $700. Okay. So use custom settings for HDR games. Yeah, see, I can't get mine to. I mean, I tried to do the HDR setting on the game, and I had to turn it down almost to like 30. It starts at 50. I had to turn it off because it's just too damn bright. So I'm just thinking I don't know what's going on with that HDR. It's just kind of so I need some help. So yeah, those VR units are cool. If you get sick though, or if you get vertigo, you will trigger your vertigo. I can tell you that right now. So just be careful. So yeah, Andrew's right about that. You're spot on with your comment right there. That's what I believe too. So that's what I believe. So if you look at it like that, it's cool. You know, it's kind of like, all right, because look, there are people that use YouTube to make money, and I can't knock a man's hustle. I mean, I'm not gonna knock a man or woman's hustle. So I am at the Battle of Jakku, so don't ruin it for me. I had to tell my boy William. Shout out to my boy William High down there in Sarasota. I had to tell him today, I don't want to hear it anymore. I think I'm at the end, though. It's good, though. I'm really, really liking it. It showed you how Luke Skywalker found the first Jedi temple. So, you know, you have vertigo, then I don't recommend a VR experience, okay? But it's your money. I mean, this is what I recommend. I can't tell you what to do. So you don't play any games 4K on PC. Yeah, and see, I think if they're going to do another PlayStation, I think, and for me, 1440p to me with high settings, that's what I want. I mean, that's what I want. Okay, so that's, now that doesn't mean that's what we're going to get, but that's what I would like. I want 1440p 60 with high settings on everything. Okay, just give me that. Okay, I'm good. So you adjust to VR. Yeah, you can, but your body, you need to understand that your mind, you have to tell your mind that what it's looking at isn't real. Okay, because your mind, you're gonna produce, it's gonna process the information as real. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So the vertigo, it will activate first. Wow. Wow, that's a bundle right now. Jeez. That's a hell of a bundle. I need to look at Newegg and because I need to, I got my motherboard coming next week. So now I'm saving up for that CPU, which is ridiculously expensive. So it is what it is. Yeah, I agree. The Vive is the best VR. So, but yeah. But yeah, no, it sounds like you all are interested in VR, and yeah, Sony better be on the ball with that because it sounds like a lot of people were, at least in the chat, you guys are looking into it, and that's good. That's good. So we'll try to do a VR only show here after. It'd have to be after Thanksgiving. Because people are way busy this week. So, like I said, I'm doing this because more or less because Justice League is a flop. FOL, whatever, FLOPPPPPD. Flop. So yeah, but it looks like the people who bought the PlayStation VR, looks like Sony is investing heavily into that. So that's great news. So you guys are going to be rewarded. I may get around to it one day. So build a new PC for Vive. Yeah, I don't know about that one. So Vive requires too much space. Well, so does PlayStation VR. You got it. That's one thing. You do have to have some space. So yeah. And understand most developers that are developing VR games, they're developing them both for PSVR and Oculus as well. The 6300, actually 8-bit, not 10. Samsung updated all their TVs to 10-bit. Okay, they did that last year. So it's called, they call it HDR Pro. Again, it's low gambit. It is low gambit. Let me make that clear to everybody. So when you guys go, if you're going to go buy a 4K TV or somebody asks you, you make sure the 4K TVs are the same. You got to get that HDR right, though. Where'd you go, Savage? Oh, Savage, how's what's it like being an uncle? Does the baby live there with you guys, or she just come to visit? So, but yeah, you're right, Mr. Sanchez. The 6290 and the 6300, they were both 8-bit, but Samsung did update it. So, Yeah, Corey's right. It does not have a low. It has. You're on a low color gambit. So now you can set it and it's still gonna look good. I mean, but you got to really get in there and tinker. So just FYI. So, but I'm disappointed with that HDR on the Pro for Star Wars. So, and it could be I could be doing something wrong. I admit it. So that's what I'm saying. So, yeah, you want a wide color gamut. There are some games that they're just looking so good and it won't matter. But overall, with the newer games coming out down the road, you're gonna get a good one. So, no, you're right. A wider color gambit gives you that better spacious look. So, that low color gamut is again, it's an entry level TV. So you're entering at a good price, but the color gambit may not be where you are. If you want the mid color gambit, you got to step up from the MU series and you got to get into the other series. So you got to get to that mid series of Samsung TVs. So let me make that clear. So, but all right, guys, I've been here like an hour and a half, so I'm going to bounce out of here and actually rest. But I will be gaming today, and if anybody wants to play on the Xbox, direct message me. I'm situated Spoon 26. And if you want to play some Star Wars Battlefront, I have that on the Pro. So just message me on that, and I may be able to jump on for a little bit. So, yeah, everybody looking forward to what Sony's bringing. Yeah, hopefully but Sony has said to not expect a whole lot because they did blow their load at the other conference. So, yeah, there you go. The wider color gambit, that's true. So, yeah, situated Spoon 26. I haven't turned my X on in like a few days because there ain't been nothing for me to play. I mean, all these games are multi-plat games, and it's a little bit more. I mean, I just don't. I mean, I need something better. I need that Metro with that 4K rat. That way, I can kill something on that thing. So, I mean, I looked at was I looking at Assassin's Creed on there? Yeah, because I couldn't tell if I had 4K textures on there. I just tweet shout out to J Dub. I'm like, hey, how do I know my 4K textures are on? I can't tell the difference. And I was being serious. I'm like, did I do something wrong? So oh man. Well, okay, look, I don't mind that Digital Foundry did a sponsor video. I mean, look, if somebody paid me, I'd do a sponsor video, okay? But it's just you all need to look at them at a leery eye. Yeah, tip my hat on to Sick Humor on this one because Sick Humor's even said that he thinks they've been paid by Microsoft not to say anything bad about the X, okay? There's a way to frame your words without sounding like you're talking down on something, and that's what he thinks Digital Foundry is doing. And at this point, at first, I was kind of leery about what you were saying, Sick, but at this point, I gotta put my hands up and be like, man, you may have been on to something, bro. So you know what? To look at that Xbox One, yeah, it does. Hold on. Then what does it have? It has HDR, right? And doesn't it have 4K textures? Well, that is true, Corey. Yeah. Well, if somebody paid me, you can trust me because I'm not going to tell you all to go do something that I wouldn't do myself. I don't care how much money it is. So, but. No, Top Dog, you're saying it doesn't have 4K textures? So what exactly does it have? So, oh, then what does it have then? All right, it has HDR, and what else does it have? I mean, I'm sitting here waiting on you. I'm like, that's why I'm sounding. I'm a terrible host here. What does it have then? So that's true too, Sick. That's a good point. So, I mean, I'm sitting here flabbergasted. I thought that game had 4K textures on it. All right, higher resolution. So is it running at 1800p? I mean, I know it's 2160p dynamic. So Only motherfucker that have 4K Shadow War, Dishonored 2. Well, wait a minute. Oh, multiplats. Okay, okay. How does Dishonored 2 look compared to the Pro? Is it significantly better? Can we put that in a significant pal? Or is it going into the little bit mo pal? Okay, I'm just asking because I do not know. So, a little bit mo. Guys, look, I'm shocked. I mean, I thought it had 4K textures. I'm serious. I'm not saying that to be facetious. Oh my God. So, disgraceful. Yeah, yeah, it does. And I just don't understand why they did. Now, have you all realized that most of these games that are that are multiplat, they're dynamic 4K. They're not native. One more thing that I tried to tell you it was going to be, and these front row riders were lying there, lying. Like I said, they lie, and the lies come out of their mouth, and they cover their mouth, comes out of their ears. So just, and I don't have a problem with dynamic upscaling, but these front row riders, man, I'm telling you all, you all just don't even need to be listening to them. So Dishonored 2 is not out. Okay, it's not out yet. Okay, but it's gonna have it. All right. 2 was a cool game. It came out at, I think, in that part of the year last year where everything was coming out. It's like Dishonored came out, Mafia was coming out. So yeah. And I liked Mafia. It was got a little bit repetitious, but I did love that character. But one of the most developed characters, as far as backstory and why he was doing what he was doing. So enjoyable. But all right, guys, I'm going to get on out of here. I'm blown away by Star Wars Battlefront 2. So, my God. Oh, my gosh. Oh, well, that's disappointing. So, all right then, guys, let me get on out of here because, again, wow. Okay, I did not know that. So I'm going to have to drop the mic on this one. Oh, his better texture. Look, okay. All right, but it doesn't run good. All right, so we'll put Ark into that point, and then we'll put Shadow of War. Okay, so there's 2 games. All right. All right, well, that's a little bit more. 2 is more than 1, but not as many as 3. So there's a little bit more. So all right then. All right then. So guys, let me get on up out of here. Like I said, I'll be on either the Xbox or the PlayStation. So I'll probably be on the PlayStation. So y'all just hit me up on that. You can hit me up on the Xbox too. But again, I have not had that on for a couple days. So but I need to get on it. I guess if it's got any updates, I got to get. So all right then, guys, let me get out of here. This is Craig Harris, the black man in the green chair, the Pope of Xbox, and I will see you guys Wednesday night for the Porchlight Podcast for the Panther. Okay, that's what it's called, the Panther Podcast. So we're going to look at, and it'll be a short podcast. That's Thanksgiving Eve. So that will be a short podcast. We'll just look at two of the characters and their motivations and what to expect out of the movie. So that'll be it. We'll take it easy, guys. And remember, if you go out tonight, wear white. Peace.